Hey B&H viewers, exciting news. Leica has just released the third generation of their innovative black and white rangefinder cameras, the Leica M10 Monochrome. This exciting new model has a brand new 40 megapixel CMOS Monochrome sensor, which is 70% increase over the previous model's 24 megapixel. If you're not familiar with Leica, you may be asking, but why monochrome though? And I would ask you, why not monochrome? Monochrome is the new black. Duh. No, but seriously, by removing the color filter array, Leica is ensuring that each pixel on the sensor is dedicated to recording 100% grayscale, and therefore increasing the volume of tonal gradations that can be recorded and increasing the amount of light gathering on the sensor itself. To elaborate, I have B&H black and white photographer in residence and host and producer of the B&H podcast, Alan Weiss.
Howdy.
I'm gonna give you this.
Okay. I had an opportunity to spend a half day with this camera, and Jake and I were talking before. Around here we see a lot of cameras and we get kind of jaded after a while because, let's face it, there's a lot of really good cameras on the market. I had this camera in my hand and I've been blown away. I've been taking photographs since 1966. I learned on a 4x5 camera on Tri-X. I know what good black and white looks like. I know what a good print looks like. This camera is amazing. I have converted many raw files to black and white using a lot of different mirrorless and DSLRs. None of them come near this. This camera is a whole new game. This is a game changer, no two ways about it.
Alan, you loved your pictures so much that you actually printed one of your images, and I think we have that. Dave, why don't you bring that in? I want to see this.
Hang on to
I'll
this
take
puppy.
to this.
Dave, I'll take the print. There we go.
Oh my God, look at this guy.
Now, this is a 16 by 20 print that we made of one of the files that I shot up on the High Line. Now, as I said earlier, I've shot 4x5, I know what good black and white looks like, and you cannot get this kind of tonality and detail from any DSLR or mirrorless camera. I've tried it, even converting raw files. This is a whole other step. It's beyond medium format. It's not an exaggeration, and as I said, this camera's a game changer. If you're into monochrome and black and white, this is something you have to take seriously and look into.
And I believe you said that at 100% crop, there's a menu.
Yep. Yeah,
right down here, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's correct. There is a menu there, and if you look real carefully at 100% on the screen, you could read the names of the sandwiches and their prices, and actually a pretty good pricing, and the sandwiches are pretty good. You might want to check the place out.
I'm gonna do that right now, actually.
Okay.
Okay, the new base ISO on this camera is 160. It can go as high as 100,000 ISO, making this a much more versatile camera in low light conditions than previous models. Some other features include a silent shutter, which is great for street photography. Alan, did anyone hear you taking pictures out there?
We're shooting in 34th Street in Midtown Manhattan. Nobody can hear a shutter. But all joking aside, yeah, it is extremely quiet. It's as quiet as the M film cameras, which are known to be about the quietest cameras you can get.
It also features Leica FOTOS connectivity because it is the first monochrome model to have built-in Wi-Fi, so you can send images to your smartphone. Do you send pictures to your smartphone, Alan?
After work today, I'm going to start doing so immediately, yes.
Yeah, because of this camera.
That's correct.
Leica always does a beautiful job blending old and new seamlessly together into one pure photographer's camera. Alan, you're a big fan of the camera body itself. I'm gonna hand this back over to you. Tell me why you like this thing so much.
Okay, just like Leica's classic film cameras, which I own and use often, it's simple. There's nothing extra on it. It's just pure, simple photography.
There's no logo on it.
There's no logo on this thing. It's another thing too. It's extremely, for street shooting, it's just absolutely amazing. No one really notices that it's on you. But more importantly, one of the things that I really like about it, I learned photography in the film days. I've transitioned to digital. And there's some people that refuse to give up on film or only stick to digital. This camera gives you both. On the back of the camera, you have like a 1,000,000 dot LCD, which you could do live view focusing, composing, everything you want to do. And then you could also go up and use an analog rangefinder, the same rangefinder system that's been used for 60 years. It's traditional, it's real, it's why Leica photographers like Leica cameras. This camera, even though it's digital, carries through on that tradition, tying in old and new. And I don't know of any other camera that does that.
This camera is so subtle and sleek, I bet no one even knew you were shooting with it.
That's correct, because I wasn't shooting people. No, well, joking aside, okay. No, it is really, really quiet. Again, look at the camera. There's no marking, there's no flashing on it, and it's a small, narrow profile. It's the kind of camera you can just use very, very quietly. Use it, lift it to your eye, take a picture, and put it back. More so than with most cameras. Again, no silver, no shiny, no red dots on it. It's pure photography.
You can shoot in manual or aperture priority exposure modes. There is 2 gigs of memory buffer for capturing 10 frames at 4.5 frames a second. Shutter speeds include 16 minutes to 1/4000th of a second in aperture mode and 8 seconds to 1/4000th of a second in manual mode. Alan, is it fair to say this is your new favorite camera?
Yeah.
Well, as a great photographer Ted Grant once said, when you photograph someone in color, you photograph their clothes. When you photograph someone in black and white,
You photograph their soul.
I was going to finish
Yeah, I know.
the quote. If you like this video and you want to see more, please click subscribe and leave a comment below. Let us know what you think about the new Monochrome M10 and click that notification bell to get notified when we release a new video. This is Jake and Alan. Just keep rolling. I see your soul.